So the same thing happens when we answer this straight to our patients. So the next 5 minutes are dedicated to all our patients who make sure that we sit and answer vivas when we are consulting. So millets are seeds grown on grasses. So basically they are grasses and they are seeds related to grasses. There are so many varieties, we would be looking at them. Most of the studies have been done on finger millets, that is nachni, ragi, sorghum, that's jawar, and pearl millets, that's bajra. Major studies have been done on that. So as nutritionists, we love numbers and we love our calculators. I would like to bring your attention to only specific numbers now. First, let's look at the carbohydrate part. Because we are talking about sugars, we are looking at carbohydrates. The upper area, upper section is the millets, and the lower section will have wheat and rice in most of the slides. There is a little drop in all the carbohydrates when we are comparing carbohydrate of millets with wheat and rice. Now, when we're talking of carbohydrates, starches is what we would look at because it forms a large chunk of what is going to be digested. Now, starches would be divided into 3 main classes, which would be easily digestible starches, then resistant starches, and slowly digested. If we look at millets, millets would be those that would give more of slow digesting starches and resistant starches, which makes it a better choice as compared to rice and wheat. The upper slide actually has chromium, which is not very visible. Most of the millets are also a little higher in chromium, which puts it at a better edge when we compare to wheat and rice. Now looking at the nutritive values, we are looking at glycemic indexes. The glycemic indexes of millets are lower as compared to wheat and rice. If we look at the effect of diet on glycosylated hemoglobin of jawar and lipid profile, a study was done where 50% of rice was substituted with 50% of jawar. The rice had 50-50 of jawar and rice. There was a remarkable drop in the glycemic index and the fasting sugars that were observed when rice was replaced with or partially replaced with jawar. There is a little graph at the end showing the growth of wheat and rice as production. If we see from 1960s, the production of wheat and rice has increased, and so we can also relate the amount of diabetes the epidemic that has increased, not necessarily just the grain, but then the amount of food produced has increased so much that has increased the availability of the food. So a lot of Indian studies are there. I'm very lucky to say that. Millets are remarkable in their nutritive values, being nearly 3 to 5 times nutritionally superior to rice and wheat. So with lower glycemic index, millets can help in curbing overweight, obesity, as well as lowering the risk of hypertension, CVDs, and type 2 diabetes. Now this is an interesting study which shows that finger millets, that ragi, is helpful in reduction of cataract for diabetic patients. It also has shown benefit effects with wound healing. Another study shows that foxtail millets, that's ralo, which is popularly given to birds, higher on protein, helps in lowering the glucose lowering effect, and was helpful in IGT and untolerated glucose patients. So if you look at a comparative review, nutrition composition of millets is better as compared to wheat and rice. The glycemic indexes are lower. Starch type is better when it comes to rice, when it comes to millets. The fiber and lignins are higher, which makes it a slow digesting carb. Phosphorus, phospholipids, phytochemicals are present in higher quantity in millets as compared to rice and wheat. And magnesium and chromium are the special ingredients which are present in millets and are available, which are often used as supplements to improve glucose tolerance in patients. Most of the researches have been taken from Nutritional Health and Benefit Millets. If you could go to this site, both of these would have lovely research is present and you could take a look at them. With this, I would say again a yes, millets are a better choice as compared to wheat and rice. Thank you.